whiskey in town. One that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
So we are racing at Hidden Valley. It is round 3 of 12. We've got 3 races tonight, 13, 18 and 36 laps, each lap comprising of 2.87 kilometres. It is a short, tight circuit, so there's going to be plenty of action, especially the bottleneck into turn 1. So let's see what happens there. So we've got a few guys that are joining us for the first time tonight. So keep a lookout for Craig Broadbent. Chris McClellan's no stranger, but he's going to make it back into tonight's round after missing the last round with us. No, he didn't actually miss the round. He missed his livery, so we hope to get him in his new livery tonight. Just bring him up on screen. So just in the qualifier session, as he's gone back to his Castrol's skin for tonight, and he's currently put it on pole. Bradley Martin is close behind him, plenty of practice for him, and he's currently in P2 at the moment. He's in the Aces Engineering livery, Team Navy. Okay, we'll go around and introduce the drivers one by one. We've got Craig Broadbent stuck it up on pole for tonight's race. He's got an interesting livery for tonight. I think he's chromed over his Racetech livery, but that's Racetech steel, I think that's underneath, and that's his main sponsor for tonight's racing. James Delaney in the M&M livery, Ford Mustang. Very accomplished driver, very quick driver. Let's hope he stays up the front. Behind him, James Delaney, currently in P5 in the Monster Energy livery. He's been pumping out the 103s during quali. He's in the high 103s at the moment, but he's definitely capable of a low 103. Hopefully he'll stick that up further up the grid for the start of race 1. Liam Tolo Williams, minimal practice tonight. He only just got in with some electrical issues with the car, so he's just made it in with about 5 minutes to go. So looks like he's just bringing it in the pits for another set of rubber, and he's currently sitting at a 102.742. No, that's the target time, sorry. So behind him, Peter Foster, Paps, we love to see him on the window. Beautiful Peter Brock livery there. Love seeing Peter Foster. His son Tom Foster couldn't be with us tonight. Family commitments, so there'll be only one Foster racing around tonight, which would be good for me as a commentator. Won't get it mixed up. Peter and Tom Foster, Paps. Alright, we've got Bryce Royal in the Shell Helix car, the number 17. He's been racing with us for a few years. He's travelled all the way down from Wyong to Bankstown, so if you can imagine that's like a 2-3 hour train trip one way. So after tonight's race, he'll be back on the train going up to Wyong to head home. That's how committed they are to racing with us. We really appreciate him coming down to Entertainment Park in Bankstown to race on our full motion sims. While we're introducing everybody, we'll go with James Southwell, also racing with us from Entertainment Park here on our SimWorks full motion sims. We've got Demetrios Iliopoulos, I should say, racing with us as well from Entertainment Park as he just clips the grass there, trying to get his hot lap in. He's currently sitting in P12 at the moment. Harrison Tebb is back in the 99 car. And he's also just arrived to practice a bit late, so he's getting in practice / quali laps as we speak. So hopefully we'll see him climb up the grid as the night goes on. Okay, I just want to introduce a new feature for us tonight. It's the driver cam. We've got Jake Elder on the screen there. That's our race cam. The quality's just dipped a little bit, so a bit hazy. We'll go to the other version of that, which will probably make it a bit easier for us to watch. And up on top, that's our driver focus for tonight. So that's Jake Elder, who's currently P2 in the championship at the moment, and he's fighting it out with Chris McLennan, as you'll see in the Castrol livery, currently in P3. Scott Flax now pushed it on pole at the moment, so we'll go back to the main screen, and that's Scott Flack in the mellow yellow livery. Currently on pole with a 102.442. That's a super quick time. 2 minutes to go in the session, and the times are dropping. I can see purple sectors everywhere. Beautiful green and gold livery, taking into turn one. He's on his outlap, so we'll come back to see if he improves on his pole position time at the moment. The only closest is Craig Broadbent in the Racetech Steel orange livery, so he's with a 102.542. We know that Jake Elder's been hot to trot in his first opening 2 rounds in the V8 series. He's also doing very well in the... he's actually leading the GT3 series as well. But in the V8, we've actually got power steering issues in the car tonight, so he's not going to be up the front as expected, or as usual, I should say. He's also, as I say, that's just pumped the fastest first sector of the quali session so far with 30 seconds to go. This will be his last-ditched effort to give it a go, so you can really see him focus. This is Jake Elder on screen at the moment in the driver cam there. Braking hard down coming onto the main straight. Now really working on that entry speed there to give him a higher top speed down the end of the main straight. We're going to see a lot of action in turn 1, I think. It goes from 10 wide to 2 wide, and it's pretty much a double apex corner. There's 3 ways you can take it, to be honest. And you want to get your nose through and you want to get your back end out of that corner as quickly as possible, because it's quite easy to get it clipped on the exit of that corner, trying to get up the back straight there. So we're watching Jake Elder on screen. If you're watching, you follow Jake, give us a shout out and let us know that you're watching. So back live now. Looks like the end of quali session, but just waiting for a couple of guys to cross the line and finish their hot lap. Jake, as much as that was a flying lap, he sees him in P5. Wow, incredible effort there from the guys. So it looks like Scott Flack is in the pits. Pretty much we've only got Jake, who just across the line. Bradley Martin, not too sure. I'd say he's not on a flying, but we'll stay with him anyway. His times aren't that competitive, so I'd say that's it. We'll go back to the end of the session. Okay, so the guys are going to get ready and we'll get sorted into the first race, 13 laps. Okay, so I'm just going to check with the boys and we'll just cut to these commercials.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
Because we do want to nurture the guys getting into the sport. We do race on R Factor 2, and if you want to race with us here at Entertainment Park, just get in contact with us, send us a message and enjoy the fun. So we're going to start with a formation lap. That'll give us time to go through and see who qualified first to last, and let the guys settle in and get ready, get the nerves out, warm up the tyres as we see them rolling off. Okay, so I'll quickly go through the qualifiers so we can see. No, I'll go through the starting order. Okay, so it's Scott Flack, Craig Broadbent on front row, Chris McLennan and James Delaney second row. This will be a fast run down into the main straight. Behind them, Jake Elder and Bradley Martin, David Baker. Excuse me. Those two always finding themselves together. Liam Tolo Williams on the fourth row together with Bryce Royal and Harrison Tebb, James Southwell down the back. And we've got Demetrius Iliopoulos starting in P13. Okay, so we're rolling back up to the grid now. You can see how long the straight is. Some guys making an extra effort to warm up the tyres. You see Joe Kelder and our driver focus for tonight. He's in the Penrite car just in the background. He's starting in P5 as we saw in the quali session. Good luck to all. And here we go, 13 laps. It's going to be a scorcher here at Hidden Valley. Okay, so they're off, and that's James Delaney going up the inside there. So see him getting a good run down the back there, but who's going to be first in the braking? We'll see who's out in front. Delaney on the inside, Scott trying to go around the outside, but it's Delaney taking the whole shot. Looks like a bit of action, bit of biff down the back. We'll see who that is. See if we can get a hold of that one. I saw David Baker just losing it there. Looks like he'd come in hot. Out braking, something went on the inside as well, so maybe it got clipped from his old mate Bryce Royal. We'll just quickly go back and have a look at that. As he gets a good run up the inside, it looks like he's got a clean run. David Baker very wide on the outside. Yes, and that's Bryce Royal cleaning him up there. He won't enjoy that very much, but back up the front, James Delaney. Craig Broadbent moving up into P2 ahead of Scott Flack. In P3 at the moment, McLennan and Elder side by side once again in 4th and 5th. The guys are trailing along, weaving down the back straight. The track very rubbered up at the moment, so there's plenty of grip out there. Tyler Williams are falling down the back as well, and Baker's got a lot of work to do as he's currently sitting in P12. Nice little train going here as we're on the second lap of a 13-lap race. We're watching Scott Flack at the moment in the mellow yellow. We've got Delaney Broadbent just in front of him, and that is McLennan and Elder right behind him as well. Delaney just posted the fastest lap of the race at 1:03.301. Oh, and that's Elder trying to get up the inside of McLennan, but McLennan getting the better run there. We can see on screen how close they are in the windscreen there. See if we can get a closer look on his in-screen there. This is battle for P4 at the moment. Delaney slightly just chipping away there at the front. All line astern. Bradley Martin just behind them as well. And Peter Foster doing a great job. So I'll go back to Bradley Martin and Foster there. Perhaps really getting stronger as the races go on. He's currently in P7, and we've got Bryce Royal, James Southwell. I expected to be up a bit closer, but maybe he got caught up in that earlier incident. We've got Dimitrios Iliopoulos in P10 at the moment, top 10. That'll be a good finish for him. But he's got Baker coming breathing down the back of his neck there. And Tyler Williams and Harrison Tebb falling down to P13. So up the front, they're all within a second of each other. They're not really letting anyone go. These guys are racing on hards as a courtesy to the rookie guys or the beginners. But you can see that its pace is still not too strong, very strong for today's race, especially at Hidden Valley. Thank you, James. I just turned the engines up on the screen. I always forget to do that. Now we can hear the roar of the V8s as we've got this battle back with Jake Elder and Chris McLennan at the moment. You can see Chris McLennan a lot bit. Oh, and they just clip as they go around the hairpin there. This will be a battle for the ages. Really finding each other each race of each round, and we've got, looks like Scott Flack went wide there in front, but could be just bringing up a bit of dust as they take the curb into the braking zone onto the main straight. Side by side running down. Jake's up on the inside now. Will he get it done under brakes? You can see the front of the car just dipping down. He gets the job done. That's him up into P4 now, winning that battle for the moment, but Chris will just sit behind and patiently wait as we've got 7 laps to go. So it's Delaney and Broadbent still together, doing a great job. This is the last lap for these guys. You can visually see the gap there. Broadbent a bit stronger on the brakes, but he's locked. A lot of locking up. Probably got to start moving his brake bias around. They're literally burning the rears trying to get these cars to turn. You can see almost a drift going through that double right-hander coming out of the hairpin as they come onto the main straight. And that's Delaney taking the checkered flag. Just ahead of Craig Broadbent, 0.3 seconds behind. Beautiful job from James Delaney taking race 1. So that's the top 2. Jake Elder taking P3. Scott Flack. Chris McLennan crossing for P5. Peter Foster getting the job done in front of Brad Martin. What a great effort from him. He finishes in P6 and Brad Martin close behind taking P7 for that. Liam Tyler from the back of the pack moving up into P8, just keeping his nose clean. And here comes James Southwell, and that's Demetrius Iliopoulos taking P10, which is a great result from him. Bryce Royal, a couple of huge mistakes costing David Baker to finish in P12, and Harrison Tebb has already parked the car in the pits. So we're going to go to race 2. It's going to be 18 laps. The boys are going to settle in, so we'll go to a commercial break and we'll be back after these messages.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burleigh Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burleigh Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.
There's a new whiskey in town, One that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burleigh Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
Thanks for joining us. Sorry about the delay. We had some technical issues with a couple of the drivers. So we're going to soon roll off into race 2, which is 18 laps. The guys were complaining about tyres dropping off towards the end of that race, so it'll be interesting to see how they go on this race, 18 laps. Okay, so another formation lap. We'll start the grid, set the grid. See how they'll start again. Again, it'll be Scott Flack, James Delaney on the front row, Craig Broadbent, Chris McLennan right behind them. Third row will be Jake Elder, David Baker, Bradley Martin, Peter Fawcett. We saw them racing together this race, but expect David Baker to be in the mix this one. James Southwell, Harrison Tebb starting on the fourth row. Fifth row will be Liam Tyler Williams, Demetrius Iliopoulos, and at the back will be Bryce Royal. Okay, so very colourful front row for this one. Same as last one. We've got M&M's and Mellow Yellow. $18 laps. Let's see how they get it done. That's Jake Elder in the driver focus. Driver cam at the moment. Okay, good luck guys as we go into 18 laps. Brad Martin just rolling back to get in his spot. Okay, so the time is gone. We're just waiting for the flag and off they go. That's Jake Elder on a flyer. So did James Delaney up the front. He's got the jump on Scott Flack. He's just tucked in behind James Delaney for the front, but Chris McLennan's wanting to get up the inside as well. Nice chrome entry of Craig Broadbent. Slots into P4. Got no engine noise again, but here we go. I'm right on it this time. Scott Flack just running wide there. So going to the hairpin. Scott Flack just getting the job back from. Just seeing in the background Jake Elder getting swamped. So he's dropped back down in the back of the grid, to be honest. So after coming third in the first race, he's definitely got work to do in the second one. So we go back up front. That's the top 6 running down the main straight. It looks like Foster just getting loose on the inside there, and he's lost his momentum as he drops back into P8 at the moment. Bryce Roll trying to tuck into the slipstream, get some advantage and get some gains. He's trying to pull out. Let's hope he doesn't outbrake himself and take out Peter Foster. But he does well, Bryce Roll, to make the turn. Currently at P9 at the moment. That's a great little battle going on. He's got Liam Tolo Williams behind him. And here comes Jake Elder in the background with his teammate Harrison Tebb. Or it's Tebb and then Elder. As Tolo Williams trying to go around the outside of Bryce Royal. Bryce Royal holding firm on the inside. Oh, you can see Royal just getting airborne on twos going up over the curb, and it's really cost him as Chris McLennan posts a smashing lap on the opening couple laps with a 103.090. That's definitely fastest lap of the race so far. At least 0.3 ahead, and as Tyler Williams tries to brake hard around the outside. Oh, he's done the up and under, so he's got the job done on the inside there. Oh, and they've come together, it sounds like. Bryce Royal coming off second best there. And that, not too sure who that is. That's Harrison Tebb behind him. Also getting caught up at Jake Elder moving up a spot into P10. These guys up front are racing, battling it out. Scott Flack moving up into P2. Broadbent with an early mistake, drop it back into P4 at the moment. That's Delaney taking us across the line for the 4th lap, but with Scott Flack just creeping up. Scott Flack getting up in the inside, trying to put some pressure on Delaney, but Delaney's the seasoned campaigner, so he's not going to fall for that one. Mr. Peanut Butter, M&M. These 4 are going to show us how the job's done. As we've got Broadbent just slipping off the back there after his early mistake. And we've got Bradley Martin and Baker, I'm sure, right behind them. There they are. That's Bradley Martin, Team Navy, and David Baker, Team Monster. The 4 up front now. The 4 up front now, just really battling it out. Yellow taking a tighter line on the on the main straight. Not too sure if he maximised his exit speed enough, but he's not doing a bad job. He's closing in on the back of James Delaney at the moment. You can see Chris McLennan behind him. Sponsored by Racecentre, yours truly. But the low setting sun crossing across the track there. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Hidden Valley. You see Scott just taking the tighter line. James got a nice flow out of that corner. Probably a bit better on the tyres for James than over Scott. Nice tight line for James through there. Just clipping a little bit of the curb there. Taking a tighter line on the exit. We've seen over the weekend a couple of different approaches on how to take the last corner onto the main straight. That's McLennan right behind him. So I'll see if he gets up the inside. We try and tuck up on the inside. Oh, he's trying to get there, but look at that gap there. They almost touch. It's a great battle. He's going to dive up the inside, but Scott Flack should be protecting that inside. But here it goes, Chris McLennan. You see the front end just dipping down, trying to get past there. And because he's taken the tighter line, the rears can't get enough out of the rears to get any traction. This is a great shot. We're on board with Scott Flack looking back at Chris McLennan in battle for P2. That's Craig Broadbent just behind them. Chris McLennan really just dipping down. Can he tuck up under, get the slipstream down the main straight? They probably max it out at about 260k, I think it is. Just going to stay on board in case he goes up the inside, but he takes the wider line and he tries to get up the inside of Scott, but Scott's starting to stretch a little bit there. And they're still battling it out quite hard for P2 at the moment. Just quickly go through the field while we're doing that. Craig Broadbent still in P4. Bradley Martin and David Baker, the usual duo, battling it out. Every race you'll see them together. Liam Tyler Williams moving up a couple of more spots up into P7, improvement from last race, so hopefully he'll finish in that position. We've got Jake Elder moving up the field too, really trying to cut through the field after that earlier incident on turn 1. And he's in P8 at the moment, but he's got about 11 laps to get further up the field. James Southwell currently in P9, just trying to stay out of trouble. Got involved in, took advantage of a couple of guys coming together in the earlier race, so he's quite happy in P9 at the moment. Dimitris Iliopoulos in P10. That's his favourite position as well. Harrison Tebb. Peter Foster's dropped back a bit now. I'm not too sure what's happened with him. Again, we've missed that. And we've got Bryce Roll in P13. So back up front, it's still James Delaney, Scott Flack and McLennan and Broadbent. Can't see him now. He's sort of dropping off a little bit. He's on the yellow compound tyre, which is the harder compound, as he's one of the more experienced drivers we have here tonight, doing really well in the Aussie, the Down Under Series. You can catch him racing this Saturday, and a previous Saturday with the Aussie Sim Wars League as well. We have a few Australian RF R Factor 2 V8 leagues running, so if you ever want to join us, whether you're watching in Australia or overseas, definitely get in touch with the guys and make sure you get involved. Really good, clean racing and plenty of action. These cars are a beautiful car to teach racecraft. As we go up front, watching Scott Flack get up the inside, he's locked it up. You can see the inside left, and he's just used Delaney as the bumper there. And Delaney gets pushed back into P2, but gets the position back as Scott Flack again, just running wide there, trying to get away from the two up front, but it's a corner you really got to sacrifice speed for, just to stay on the black stuff. as we see one of the... That's Racecentre facing the wrong way. He's watching the... Watching the crowd go by, making sure he doesn't get in front of anyone. It's Chris McLennan just up on the ripple. He still holds P2 ahead of Scott Flack there, so there's no pressure there at the moment, but one more little mistake there and he'll be right up the back. Alright, Martin and Baker, where are they? They're still together. Within half a second of each other, so that'll be a battle to the end, I'd say, for P6. Jake Elder still cutting through the field there, currently in P8. And you can see Liam Tollard-Williams just in front of him, his next target. Alright, 10 laps down, 8 to go. Watching Jake Elder now. Probably watch the other one. Makes it look cleaner. Just getting a bit of frame rate issue on the driver cam here through Discord. Usually happens through the stream. It comes down to take us through the 11th lap. You see the front end just dripping down under hard brakes. The front rotor's really lighting up there on turn 1. It is the hardest braking corner of the circuit. Another tricky one would be the hairpin, but not at that speed of what turn 1 is producing. Just see Baker and Martin still together there. I'm looking for the gaps. As you can see on the leaderboard there, the front 4 are all within a second of each other, front 3 I should say. Broadbent's just starting to drop off a bit there now. That's Broadbent coming across the line in P4 at the moment. And the gruesome twosome of Baker and Martin. Oh, Martin just getting loose there. We saw that. Oh, he's just rejoined the circuit. Not too sure how he got loose on there. Probably got loose coming out of turn 1, getting up the main straight, but he's clipped something and it's cost him big time. That's given David Baker a bit of breathing space. And it looks like Tollard-Williams is coming up the back of him too. And with Jake Elder approaching, that'll make a 3-way battle for P4. P6 I should say. I did have the track map coming up, but I've looks like I've got some issues there. Just trying to sort that out as we're watching the race at the moment. I might try and fix that for race 3. But back on board with David Baker. We'll go back up the front now because the battle's heating up. You can see McLennan got trouble in his windscreen and his rear vision mirror. That's Scott Flack behind him. We've got James Delaney up front. Oh, right. Commentator's curse. He's just clipped that. And that's allowed Scott Flack to go, yeehaw, let's go. In the mellow yellow, and James Delaney dropping back. If I do that right, we can watch James Delaney again hit that wall. I'll just rewind that in slow-mo. Don't know what's happened there, but he's come in. He's just ever so slowly clipped that inside. Bang, it's caught the rear, and there's the rear's gone out. that's bad luck, and that's forced Chris McLennan out wide, and Scott Flack got a better run through there, so it looks like Scott Flack's just gone all the way through. We'll go back live now. We can see the gap opening up now. Scott Flack really got a 2-second lead ahead of McLennan. I always lose my breath when I see that accident because it's a huge impact. Coming on the main straight, and also at the end of the front straight as well, there's blue barriers, very unforgiving. I'm sure there's solid concrete under that blue padding. They're not very forgiving at all, and it can, as we saw there, it can launch into the path of oncoming cars, and that's cost both Delaney and McLennan track position, and Broadbent's come back up into P3. Delaney's still trying to recover, but he's rejoined into P4 ahead of Baker, and here comes Martin again, chasing down a commentator's curse again. I think I better give up on this streaming. Every time I cut to them, they're really getting loose. So that's Baker dropping back to P8 now. Elder and Tollard Williams taking advantage of that. Elder up into P6 now. And we've got him charging down Bradley Martin. It's a great view as they go down the main straight. You can see the track rubber on circuit. Not too sure if they'll need to pit in this race. It is only 18 laps. You can see Jake Elder getting on the back of these two, so this will be a three-way battle soon as we head back live. And go back to Bradley Martin as he's in the middle of these two. That's Harrison Tebb being lapped in front now, but he's gone nice and wide to let Brad Martin through. He'll yield for this corner, as you can see there, and probably let his teammate Jake Elder come up behind, and that's Elder squeezing up behind. Bradley Martin's not too sure if that's Harrison right behind him, but it's definitely Jake Elder. We'll go back to the driver focus. As you can see, Elder just getting on the ripples there, trying to chase down Bradley Martin, who you can just see in the windscreen. Good to see the flag marshals keeping an eye on turn one to make sure there's no yellow flags for these guys. So these guys are charging hard to chase each other. Jake Elder getting caught up in that earlier incident, now fighting back through the field. Managed to get himself back up into P6, but he's got a fair bit of work to do to get past Bradley Martin up into P5. See if we can see a better view here. Bradley Martin definitely getting bigger in that windscreen, which means he's getting closer. The gap's just about on the 1 second mark. It's Chris McClellan charging down Scott Flack up front for P1. There's a gap there, so that gap's definitely closing. That's Chris McLennan's stats there, his speed and gaps to and from. So he's got he's defending a second lap between the two. Don't ask me why the driver box, that can't be the last lap. It is the last lap. So I'll go back up to Scott Flack. That's Scott Flack taking the race win ahead of Chris McLennan. He's done enough to cross and take the checkered. Well done to him. Great job. Chris just taking the line and losing it. So we've got Chris McLean, Craig Broadbent, James Delaney, Bally Martin crossing the line. He takes P5. Jake Elder taking home P6. Not enough laps for him to get it. That was Liam Teller Williams, David Baker, Dimitrios Iliopoulos moving up another spot into P9. He finishes P9, but we've got a battle back here. Southwell and Peter Foster. This is for P10. That's Southwell rejoining. He'll cross in P10. Then we've got Peter Foster taking home P11. Bryce Roy's already parked it, and Harrison Tebbs coming around to take his checkered. So that's the end of race 2. Alright, the guys are going to refuel and get ready for third race. 36 laps, which is going to be an absolute belter. Very demanding on the concentration of these guys. We'll see how they go. Alright, time to take us to a break, and we'll be right back after these messages. Thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burleigh Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way, crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
thanks to our sponsors, Julie and James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Jewellery on James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
With thanks to our sponsors, Julie and James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Jewellery on James. of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Jewellery on James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way, crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Race 3, 36 laps. And the grid is sorted out by the results of the first two races. So we'll go through the grid once they go through the formation lap. We'll definitely be seeing pit stops involved in here, so pit strategy definitely a key role in this one. Okay, so it looks like they've all gridded up, ready to go. Just watching James Delaney creep off now. Okay, so they're on their way. We'll bring up the starting grid. We've got Scott Flack, James Delaney tie on points, but because Scott won that last one, he takes honours and starting from pole. Craig Broadbent, Chris McClellan behind them. Jake Elder fighting power steering issues still, so he's starting P5. Bradley Martin P6. Liam Tolo Williams and Peter Foster 8. Dimitrios Iliopoulos, James Southwell side by side on the 6th row of the grid. And behind them will be Harrison Tebb in the second Penrode car. Okay, race 3, 36 laps. Race of attrition. The sun's definitely going down. Great shot down the guts of the main straight. Also used as a drag strip when the V8s aren't there. You can see it off to the right hand side, a multi-purpose motorsport centre. So if you ever get a chance, make sure you go up to Berrima up in Northern Territory. Okay, Scott Flack pole position next to him, James Delaney. But James has got the better position, but Scott's got better track position. Look at Delaney go. He's taken the whole shot once again. It looks like a mirror image of the second race. So we'll stay on board these guys, see who gets in. Bradley Martin just squeezing it up front. They all get through pretty cleanly. That's an impressive effort from the guys there. Third time lucky. We've got Broadbent just mounting the curbs and Martin trying to get up there, but Craig's just protected the line there. Bit messy on the entry. McLennan trying to get up in front. Get a clean run early, get out of the melee that was in the back of the race last time. Nice clean effort. The guys all in line now. Just watching the back of Craig Broadbent. We'll go back up to James Delaney. See if Chris tries to go up the inside. He does, gets the job done. So does Scott Flack, trying to get up as well, but he's dropped off a bit and he's got Craig Broadbent on the back of his car. See Broadbent just taking P3 again. Going through the hairpin, going wide, and that's Martin up the inside as well. Oh, Bradley Martin got a tail slap and he's put the back in the back of the fence. I saw him going one way. I'm not too sure if he got a tap there. Maybe we can see from the replay. Just see if he gets a little tap on the edge. Oh, Jake Elder getting in the back there of Bradley Martin. Unfortunate incident. So we go back live now. Got Chris McLennan up front with James Delaney, P2 and Broadbent, and here comes Scott Flack. The round win will be between Scott Flack and Delaney, so keep an eye out for that. The M&Ms and well, you can't miss it, and they're both brightly coloured. The mellow yellow and the M&M car out in P2 and 4 at the moment. Jake Elder, you can see in the background, still battling with power steering issues. Is actually fighting him towards the end of the race there as he runs out of fluid. I just saw Elder getting loose coming on the main straight. You can see the dust there. Who's that? It was so Broadbent trying to get up the inside there. But he takes it in P3. Not worth taking the risk on the fourth lap of the race at the moment. We can see the four really coming together and got good racecraft and spatial awareness between them. We'll go back. Peter Foster up into P7. He's really loving Hidden Valley. He's performing really well at this circuit. He got caught up in that incident last lap of last race. But he's performing really well up with David Baker. So is Bryce Royal up in the Shell Helix car. He's doing a great job in P8 at the moment after 4 laps. James Southwell. I just saw Bradley Martin in the background getting loose once again. Probably still trying to get that grass off the rear tyres. But James Southwell at P9. He's been hovering around that position all day, so he'll be happy with that finish today if he finishes in the top 10. Liam Tollard Williams probably struggling a bit today. Hidden Valley, he does have PC issues or electrical issues, so not too sure if he's still battling with that at the moment. Bradley Martin after that early incident currently in P12, and that was Harrison Tebb. moving up the inside to take P11 from Bradley Martin, but that won't be over as we'll see Bradley Martin just squeeze up the inside there. Maybe he'll get the job done up in the hairpin. But the battle just in front. Oh, he's just run a bit wide there. He's going to have to calm down a little bit, but he's definitely improved over the rounds as we watch James Southwell and Harrison Tebb. James getting the back end out, but that was just enough to get the car rotated enough, and Harrison Tebb's just tapped him in the back there. See what happens down the main straight. Looks like Brad Martin's trying to come around the outside down the straight. Look at this, side by side. They're going to both lose out if they don't stay still. Bradley Martin's moved up, and that's Harrison Tebb trying to get up. Bryce Rolls dropped a few positions there as well, but he's still in touch with this group. Harrison Tebb just getting the nose in, but he's dropped off a little bit. Southwell just nudging him up the back. Definitely great racing from these guys. I mean, it's so easy with the weight of these cars and the speed they're going to actually bump into each other, but they're wrestling the cars just enough not to affect each other's race. Unfortunately, Brad Martin just earlier on we saw just got clipped at the wrong part and sent him sideways. As we see Scott Flack just dropping back a bit, and here comes Jake Elder on the back. So this is all a battle for P1, ladies and gentlemen. This is it's a 5-car battle. We've got McLennan, Delaney, Broadbent, Flack up in front. Looks like the guys have definitely got used to the circuit now and are starting to settle in. They know they've got their race plan going because they've got to have at least one run through pit lane to get a new set of boots on. But whether they do it right in the middle of the race or offset it, undercut or overcut, we'll definitely see the strategy play out a little later on in about 10 laps time at least. So we see Iliopoulos just falling back behind there. Craig Broadbent trying to get up the inside of Delaney. The 5 of them still together running down the main straight. We've got Jake Elder at the back there. See if we can get on board with him and see his POV from the back of the field. There we are. You can see all the cars in his windscreen as he takes turn 1. It's a great view of the car, Jake in action. You can see him using a V8 sequential shifter. It's a Simworks V8 shifter moulded off the Albans real life shifter. Beautiful CNC work from Simworks to get that replicated and the tactile feel of the V8 shifter. Jake working hard trying to get past Scott Flack, but Flack's been quite quick here today, managing his tyres well. So run down the main straight. We're on lap 9 at the moment. Oh, got to go back to it. There he is up the inside. It's POV, this is taking too long, but he gets the job done. Moving up into P4. Scott will just tuck closely in behind, and we've got Broadbent up in front as well, trying to get through Delaney, chase up, and there he goes up the inside. Oh, about 3 braking stages you could see there as he quickly locked up under the initial application of the brake pedal. The guy's starting to split out now. McLennan's stretched out to a 1.4 lead because he's not getting involved in any of these battles. He's able to run his own race. But Broadbent's trying to tuck out. We'll see if we can go on board with Broadbent. He tries to go up the inside. He's just run wide. Will this allow Delaney to get back up on the inside there? He won't have Craig top better track position for the next corner, and that's all he has to wait for, is squeezing out a little bit, forcing James to squeeze, but James is under brakes, has come in and tried to get the job done, but he may go for a late break there. No, he's decided not to. He's got to look after his tyres. This set of tyres have got to last 18 laps. That's Broadbent. Look at this battle right behind him though. We've got Delaney in the middle of Elder in the middle of Delaney and Elder. Delaney and Flack as Elder tries to go up the inside. Hopefully he doesn't collect that inside wall. That's a gap in front. Can we see the gap behind? He's trying to get out wide to not let Scott Flack through, but Scott's moved up there. Can't see where he is at the moment. There he is up the front. And there's the 3 in front of him. So Jake's going to settle back in behind. Maybe he's having that issue again, running out of power steering fluid. As he's dropping a little bit off the back here now. So most of the guys are racing here from Entertainment Park at our Racecentre headquarters. 8 full motion simulators. And there's also plenty of other activities to do here. E-karting, 10-pin bowling, Hologate, arcade games, pool table. We've got a yellow flag in turn 1 at the moment. And we see the flag is just throwing out the yellows there. Jake Elder just dropping further back there, so now the battle for first is, well, it looks like Chris has moved out to the 2-second lead. Flack just trying to get up under the rear bumper of James Delaney. We'll go through the field because we haven't seen much of David Baker, and Peter Foster perhaps doing an excellent job here as we see Baker just locking up there. Paps is on soft tyres, doing a great job making them last this long as he's trying to put pressure on David Baker at the moment. So they run down the main straight for the 14th time. Liam Tolo Williams just behind them. I'll continue to go back through the field. Liam Tolo Williams by himself at the moment. Bradley Martin trying to recover from that earlier incident. Still in the game, not out of it yet. He can still catch his rivals with David Baker in P6. And we've got James Southwell still in the top 10 with Dimitris Iliopoulos P11 at the moment. Harrison Tebb just running wide there. You can see him running right in the background. And it looks like we've got the leaders coming up behind them, so looks like Harrison really struggling on those old tyres. We'll probably see him dip into the pit lane now. He'll run tight there. I'm guessing he'll come in, but he's managed to stay out of trouble. And we've got Bryce Roll up in P13 right around the corner. So it looks like it's Broadbent, Flack and Delaney. The closest battle at the moment. Eldest just happy to be in a comfortable position in P5. Probably going to be his worst result this year. He's allowed 2 drop rounds this year, so he can make this one of his with electrical issues with the power steering. Guys starting to settle into the rhythm now. They know they've got to make these tyres last. It's a relatively short run through pit lane, so it won't be a huge inconvenience, but it's definitely in the fastest part of the circuit. As we see Scott Flack just running wide, and there goes James Delaney. What happened there? Not too sure what happened there, but we'll go back, see if we can see that on the replay. We'll follow Delaney and we'll go high so we can see what happens to Scott Flack in the foreground. And he's outbraked himself, and so does Delaney. So both go wide there. Delaney trying to fight to stay on the circuit, but he's run out of road and he's gone off with Scott Flack. So that's, what's that, 3rd and 4th going off, and here comes Jake Elder. There goes the 2 Penrights. So they're trying to get back on track now as we go back live. So that's Delaney rejoining in 5, and that brings Elder back up into P4 at the moment as we go on the main straight. That's Harrison Ted, the other Penright behind him. 20 laps to go, 17 down. We should be looking at pit stop entries pretty soon now. That's Jake Elder just running wide there. It's cost him some position. So it looks like the lap 17 would have been a good one to come into the pits and get a fresh set of rubber, and all you'd have to do is sacrifice a bit at the end. But I think people are trying to overcut, so they've got more tyres at the end in case they need to battle for another position to score valuable points for the round win. But really it's between Delaney and Flack as far as round win goes. I think McClellan is in touch, but he needs to finish a couple of spots. And that's a penalty for Peter Foster. We didn't see what that was for, but if he's coming out of pit lane, which I'll just cross to him now. Looks like he's just come out of the pits. So he could have copped a drive through there. So unfortunately that's going to cost him a great result. Because I will just quickly see if I can see where everyone's pitted. So we can see that Bryce Roll's pitted. Here comes Broadbent and Teb into the pits as we speak. So that's Broadbent. Where is he? He's dropping down the field. So that's him rejoining. So there's a pit stop for him. So Peter Foster did come into the pits. So I dare say we'll see him coming into... there he is. He's coming in to serve that penalty now. Quite a slow pit entry. 40 kilometres when the others are doing 200 is a high speed difference. So when I say it's not long, it definitely takes a lot of time. Looks like Scott Flack's jumped in as well. So definitely the lap 18-19, trying a bit of an overcut, but James's Delaney's going out even harder. He's going to push his hardest lap now. Hopefully he doesn't run wide again, costing him a lot of time. The last lap of Delaney was 1:04.642, which is about 2 seconds off the fastest lap of the race, held by Scott Flack at the moment. McLennan's still out as well. He hasn't pitted, and we'll go back to the number of stops because we can start seeing the people who haven't pitted yet. Will he come in this? We're watching him live at the moment. He just saw Southwell go in, so I think he'll say, I'll just go out for one more. See Delaney coming back out on the main straight, across the line for the 20th time. 16 laps to go. Just scraping that wall down the main straight there. So McLellan with a 14-second lead. Everyone behind him's either spun off on turn 1 or has come in the pits. So we see Baker and Elder together now. That's a penalty for James Southwell. That's a drive. That's a stop and go for James Southwell, unfortunately. That's Peter Foster, Jake Elder and David Baker. Not for position, only the front two there for position as they're battling it for P3 at the moment. Back on board with driver cam of Jake Elder with David Baker in his windscreen. Just running slightly wide. You can see him getting loose on the exit there. He's got. They both come in the pits. Baker just coming in slower. Jake Elder right on the back there. Jake's going, what the hell? You're slowing me up during my pit lane. So this is a bad time for the two to pit. And we've got Bradley Martin in as well. You can see it's a relatively quick pit stop, but we'll see David Baker getting released right when. Looks like Baker's going for a longer stop. Not too sure if he's taking fuel or not. But that's Baker just getting released, and he almost lost the position of Bradley Martin at the moment. So we're watching Elder rejoin the circuit now. It's a long wait to watch Baker and Martin come out and rejoin the circuit. They'll be in P7 and 8 with Dimitris Iliopoulos behind them, chasing them down. So that's the Baker Martin show back together once again. As they're rejoining P7. So I go back up the front. This is Chris McLennan still out there. He's definitely going the longer run. As I'll bring up the number of stops again. So the top two definitely haven't pitted yet. James Delaney trying to stretch it out. There's Tyler Williams from P5 comes into the lane as well. So where's he at? So he's just stopped there. Okay, so where are the leaders? That's Chris McLellan coming down the main straight. And he's going to put Tyler Williams a lap down. Although I think he's just exited. You can see Liam in the background just exiting pit lane, but he'll get that. He'll unlap himself once McLellan and Delaney pit. Okay, so Delaney's still in P2. So the gaps are huge at the moment. Tyler Williams and Baker together. Let's have a look at that battle. That's Tyler Williams just coming out ahead of Baker and Martin. So this is a three-way battle for P6 at the moment. That's Chris McLennan diving in pit lane at the moment. So there he is, the leader going through, and that's Tolo Williams and Baker, as I said, now unlapping themselves as they go through. So we'll see if Baker tries to get up the inside. Tolo Williams is definitely improving over the season too. We've just seen him at this late last year. He joined us in our leagues, and he's also joined the other leagues. So he's getting a lot of practice in, a lot of experience, and he's based in Tasmania. So we're based in New South Wales. We've also got guys from Melbourne, Sydney, Queensland, ACT as well. As we see Delaney dropping, just rejoining after his pit stop as well. So there you go, Bryce Royal just getting past him. James Delaney rejoining P4. That's Broadbent up the front now. Has Broadbent pitted? I'm not too sure. So that's everyone pitted. So this is the correct position now. Broadbent with a massive gap, 3-second gap over across McLennan in P2. That time we originally saw must have been pre-Broadbent exiting pit lane, and that's Chris McLennan in the background. So that, Chris McLennan coming back into pit lane, I'm not too sure. We didn't see him getting a penalty, so I'm not too sure why he's back in the lane. Maybe he forgot to change one set of tyres. We'll find out at the end of the race. But that's Craig Broadbent taking the lead from Scott Flack. So that's a costly mistake from McLennan. That probably cost him the round win tonight. But looks like Flack and Delaney are back together battling out. It's only 11 laps to go, so not too long before we know who wins the round. Scott Flack in a quite comfortable position ahead of James Delaney. About 6-second deficit now. No, sorry, that's 11 seconds. Because that's gap to next, so that's gap to the next position. So that's at least 7-second gap at the moment. Very much spaced out across the circuit as we cross the line in the 26th time. Still can't get the track map going, so unfortunately we couldn't bring that to you tonight. That's a shame. It was working all the way up until the race started, so anywho, it's got Flack in the mellow yellow colours coming around with 10 laps to go. Craig Broadbent still out in front. We'll go back through the field. James Delaney, P3, Chris McLennan coming down the main straight after his what looks like a pit lane penalty, but I didn't see anything flash up. If you saw it at home, make sure you let us know what happened there. And we've got Jake Elder in P5. He's currently wrestling the steering wheel at the moment because the power steering's not working. Liam Tolo Williams in P6. Doing a great job from Tasmania. David Baker, P7. He really wants to get up and get another position, but he's got the effervescent Bradley Martin right behind him as Baker locks up into the hairpin. This will be a great battle to watch with 10 laps to go. Demetrius back up in the top 10 with James Southwell. These guys have been battling out for a position P's 9 and 10. Looks like, and there's Peter Foster too, so that's a three-way battle for P9 at the moment. P8 I should say. No, sorry, P9. So it looks like James Southwells is a lap down from this pair, so he's not in the mix. So he needs to yield blue flags to Peter Foster. He'll probably do that at the end of the main straight. Should be getting blue flags now. see the leader just coming through the field now. So Peter Foster just running wide there. Trying to see if there's any. Oh, look, Baker and Martin are together. But Scott Flack's coming round to lap Paps, who's been on fire tonight. Very hard to give way to lap drivers, as it's very tight here, and these tight twisty turns are really squeezing up the width of the circuit. So unless you're really sacrificing a lot of time to give way, you've got to be smart about when you actually do give way to the lapping drivers. But Martin almost clipping the back of Baker there at the hairpin of Hidden Valley. We've got about 7 laps to go. This is the closest battle on track at the moment. Craig Broadbent still out in front. Flack further 5 seconds behind the leader, and that's looks like Teb going off the side there. Just see if that was him. Yeah, definitely him. And so we've got Baker and Martin. We're on the nose of Ballymun, but he's gone wide. Baker's trying to get back up behind. That's Teb trying to... It's not the position, but he's just trying to race with someone on circuit. There's Baker again locking up the inside left. And this is for P7 at the moment. Tollard Williams comfortable in P6. See Baker taking the tie line, but it's forced him out wider. You can see Jake Elder in his driver cam really struggling with that power steering. His wrists are hurting at the moment. He's complaining to team radio that he can't control the car anymore. Oh, as we see Baker just drifting into turn 1. I don't know how he kept that under control. Great job from him. So we go back to Jake Elder. He can hardly take the hands off the wheels to change gear because that steering wheel's constantly fighting him, but he's only got a couple laps to go, 5 laps to go. And they're about a minute laps, so about 5-6 minutes to go in the race. He's just got to hold out so he can claim P5 at the end of the race, as he sits comfortable in P5. Okay, so Broadbent commanding lead at the moment. That's a 6-second lead ahead of Flack. Great job from Craig. First race with us in the Racetech Steel entry. He's doing a great job. We've got Scott Flack behind him coming onto the main straight. So it doesn't look like there's a long gap, but there's a visual gap down there, down the main straight. James Southwell in the middle there. And James Delaney, P3, just coming on the main straight as well. So that's the top 3. Chris McLennan. 5 laps to go. If Chris McLennan didn't serve that extra penalty, who knows where he'd be in this race. Probably P3. It's a gap behind James Delaney's, only 10 seconds. Jake Elder, as we saw before, coming on the main straight for P5. Liam Tyler Williams close behind him. If Jake struggles even more with that power steering issue, then Tyler Williams could see himself up another place before the end of the race. And here's Martin Baker. Down the main straight, someone's weaving in the background. My guess is that's Harrison Tebb. Okay, so that's, and Pap's up into P9. That's James Delaney just getting in front of him there. Dimitrios Iliopoulos in P10. Harrison Tebb quite happy in P11. James Southwell P12 coming on the main straight, and Bryce Royal back in P13. This Baker Martin barrel, this is brilliant stuff. These guys have been they've been on it since the green flag, and there's Martin squeezing up behind there. Looking behind Brad Martin on board with David Baker. Martin's got a tuck up inside now. You watch him squeeze up and then come out under brakes. He's trying to get some fresh air into the radiator. He's taken turn one. Will he force a mistake from Baker? He's going to go out wide, but these two are, their pace is identical, so it's really hard to overtake for either one of them. But they can't slip up because the other one will collect on any mistake that they make. So watch Martin. This is where we see Baker usually locking up the front left. There's the smoke from the front left, and that always allows Bradley Martin up to the tail of David Baker. It's the closest battle on track at the moment. Baker, Martin going out wide, trying to get an early run on, and here we go down the main straight. Once again, I think Martin's in a better position to overtake now. He's got a good run now. He's got a tuck in. I can see his eyes in the helmet, so can you, as he gets up alongside him. There he goes under brakes. That's Martin getting the job done. You can see that one little mistake really cost him, and that's all it takes for these two. Their pace is identical on track, so they can't give away too much to the other driver. We've got about one lap to go, but this Baker almost outbraking himself once again. Oh, this battle's going to go down the wire. It's hard for me to leave this to go to the leader because we want to give the leader credit. With a 7-second gap over Scott Flack, James Delaney. Although Delaney's definitely closing in on Scott Flack at the moment. We've got a yellow in sector 2. These guys are coming on the main straight. I have to leave this to see where the leader is. Looks like he's come around the back onto the main straight. This will be Craig Broadbent taking the checkered. There's 3 different checkers tonight, but this one goes to Craig Broadbent. Well done. Excellent job from Craig Broadbent. And that's him taking the win ahead of Scott Flack. In P2. And that's James Delaney right behind him, under 2 seconds. Here comes Chris McClellan taking P4 at the moment. Jake Elder with power steering issues does a great job. He's going to have to see the physio after this one, but he'll cross the line in P5. Ahead of a charging Tollard Williams, you can see behind him Liam's almost got him, but he needed a few more laps to chase him, but he'll cross the line in P6, happy with that one. And there's Bradley Martin and David Baker. Give them a round of applause, giving us a great show tonight. That was a great effort from these two. Great racing and great respect between the two. That's Martin and Baker, P7 and 8. Then we've got Paps, Peter Foster. He's recovered to take P9. That was Bryce Roll just binning it in the wall there on the last turn, the last lap. So that's Peter Foster taking the honours for P9. We've got Dimitrios Iliopoulos coming around. Has he got anyone around him? It looks like Harrison Tebb in front or behind, I can't tell. That's Jake Elder in front. I'd say that's Harrison Tebb coming back to cross the line. Great job from Demetrius. P10, Harrison Tebb down the back. So that was Jake Elder. Harrison Tebb's now doing spin outs in the back, or burnouts I should say. James Southwell taking out P12, and Bryce Rowe across the line in P13. So I'll bring up the schedule for next round, which is in 2 weeks. We'll be in Townsville, so make sure you either join in the race with us. Definitely always welcome to join us and join the stream. You can watch it back later on and enjoy coverage over a cup of tea, coffee. But make sure you join us for the race. If not, join us at home, give us a cheer. And 7th of July, 2 weeks from today, we'll be back at Townsville. Alright guys, thanks you for joining us. I'm your host Shane Gilfether, and you've been special.